everyone to another episode of Amplify, where we like to highlight and spotlight fancy people like Greg. Come on, Greg. Are you there?
You talking to me?
NFM
Me, Greg?
Lending.
Me, Greg?
Yes, you, Greg.
Well, I know you know a lot of Gregs. I just wasn't sure which Greg you were talking to.
The Greg.
Look at this picture behind us. You see that? What an awesome picture.
It is a beautiful picture, and this is going to be an interesting Amplify. Thank you for being a guest, sir.
Oh, it's
I
my pleasure. You say jump, I say how high. You've trained me well.
That's what's up. That's what it's all about. Okay, so where was this picture taken at, Greg?
Housing Wire. I believe it was one of the first pictures taken at the reception when I was giving away these All of Us sweatshirts.
Okay,
You
and
helped me. You were amazing. So thank you for your assistance.
you're welcome. We're looking through boxes, right? And whoever caught that picture, because I don't know where it came from, but it is a beautiful picture. I might have to post it again on social media. It is magazine worthy.
I love
Very.
it. Yeah, I guess we have to thank the folks at Housing Wire for taking it.
Yep. We had a good time. It was a great time.
The
And
gathering is
then,
it's the premier event as far as I'm concerned. It's the one I'll never miss.
and then I saw you at secondary in New York last week.
I love
How
when I bump into you. It's like this ray of sunshine coming into the room. It's amazing. It's like the highlight of I don't see enough of you because you're one of those people that goes to bed at like 7 p.m.
because
It's
I
crazy.
make good choices. I make good
No, I
choices,
know, but
Greg.
I'm one of those people that makes bad choices, you see. So when you meet someone that makes good choices and you're someone that makes bad choices, you disappear at 7, I come stumbling in at 2:30 and I got to set my alarm for 6.
Because we're like the same age and I need to look like this. Okay? I'm
I
a
know.
woman. I need to
You don't have
so
any
I go to
wrinkles.
sleep.
You don't have any wrinkles. That's how you do it. You go to bed at 7. And now I understand.
Oh my God, this is gonna be fun. Okay, so I want to start off with the first time Greg ever reached out to me, connected to me. Do you remember the first time you ever reached out to me?
I mean, can we keep it real here for a minute? I'm not going to
Uh,
be
Always,
funny,
always.
obnoxious, sarcastic, Greg. I'm going to be serious.
Okay.
But I had admired you for a long time.
Oh,
So I had watched
okay.
Taco Tuesday. I had seen you at a couple of different things.
Okay.
But you're going to hear something you've never heard before, and I'm being dead serious. You there's something intimidating about you. I know you've never heard that before. I know it's crazy, and I'm being serious. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
I was like, because you have this, like you exude this confidence, and when you see somebody that has that much confidence, um, you have to wonder what's behind it, right? Is what's behind all that? So I think I drummed up the courage to reach out to you, which I know sounds weird because you probably think I have a lot of courage, but I probably lack courage in this area. And I don't remember the subject matter of why I reached out to you. It was probably to tell you I liked something that you were doing, or appreciated the job that you were doing, wanted to develop a relationship. I don't know, something along those lines. Tell me, am I close?
Yeah, you were one of the first people. I remember picking up the phone and you're like, "Hey, it's Greg. I see you on LinkedIn. I watched your Taco Tuesday." It was something just like that, and you told me, "What do you do?" Like you're like, "Delilah, what do you do?" And that does take a lot of guts to pick up the phone and I answer. You could tell I'm old because I do this. Like and thank you, Greg, for the compliment. And we talk about this a lot, but my confidence comes from my faith, and you know that.
Yes.
And but that's all that is. That light is my faith. However, yes, you were one of the few people that didn't question. You didn't. You picked up the phone and you were like, "Yo, what do you do?" And I told you, and that was our first interaction between us.
Well, I always knew there would come a time when we would develop friendship, and we definitely have a great friendship now. I look forward to seeing you, and it took a long time for me to be in a position to do something for you, which I
You,
was able to do recently, and I think when I look at that, I think about all the things you do for everyone else because you're sort of like the ambassador spirit lifter. I think is every time I see you, you are just giving the gift of your genuineness and your energy to other people, and I really feed off of that. So I'm glad that we're friends now. I'm a little pissed that it's taken. Am I allowed to say pissed? You said no curse words.
No,
Um,
Chris.
that it took us this long to become
Yeah.
friends, so we're making up for lost time.
And you guys, I want you to know that I text Greg and I'm like, "Hey, yo, are you making good choices? Like, are you?"
I don't know why. I don't know what that's all about. I don't. I hope I don't have a reputation of making bad choices. I mean, that's. I'd be really upset if that was the case.
Well, okay. So of course,
Let's unpack that here. What's going
let's
on?
unpack that
What does the
because
world really think about me? There's some a-hole who
I,
just talks a lot of
yes,
crap.
yes,
Oh,
yes,
you did say that to me. You said
I
people think
did.
this. Yeah.
People do. People, not everyone likes your delivery and your style on social media.
Yeah,
And
we all.
I remember in Amelia Island, I was like, yo, like you, people feel a certain type of way about you. I
Right.
didn't want to make my own, I wanted to make my own judgment because then we spent some time. Like at conferences, we have now spent little moments of time together. I'm like, okay, he's not that bad. I just need to pray for him more. But he's
Yeah. What is not that? I feel like that's a backhanded comp. Like, what is that? Not that
well,
bad.
your
Not that
style,
bad suggests that you're bad, but you're just not that.
no,
You're not.
no,
You're not the worst, but you're still bad.
no, no, you're not
No,
bad.
no, you don't have to.
Okay?
I don't
What
need a disclaimer. I understand what you're saying. My style's not for everybody. I'm very direct. It's just
you
how
are.
it's just who I am and how I was raised, and I try and come from a place of like genuineness. If I
Mhm.
say something, I mean it. I feel it, and a lot of people have a barrier. Fortunately, I have a background in broadcasting a little bit and being
Mm.
able to say what I feel and what's on my mind. I've got a lot of practice at it, so when something is on my mind, I speak my mind and try and not hurt anybody's feelings. But I understand if people's feelings get hurt, and it happens, you know.
It it
But
does.
it's not intentional. I'm not out here calling people names or doing any of that stuff, you know. But I get it.
It's it's not. I understand why people have to be called out because let's be honest. Sometimes things get tiptoed around, and doesn't the elephant in the room is not confronted. And if it wasn't for you, I will give you this. If it wasn't for you saying what you said on Taco Tuesday, MBA would have never reached out to me. I'm gonna be honest. It was you. So I'm saying this right now. I That style is not for me. And to be honest with you, if I took that approach, I don't think I would be given any opportunity or given grace, Greg, to be
Well, I
honest.
think
If I spoke that way.
look, what we know if we all stop and think about it is the root of most successes and failures comes down to communication.
Yes.
You had this. Let's talk about the NBA for a minute. You had this idea, when you and I sat down at
In Vegas.
in Vegas. You,
Yeah.
you said to me, the NBA. I asked you why you weren't more involved. You said they don't really have a need for me, and I said, what do you mean? You're like, well, I'm not a well-known Latina. Like they don't have any use for me. I don't get any love from them. I've
Yep.
tried to communicate. They want me to pay some ungodly sum, and I just don't feel loved. Right? So
Yes. It's
I
true.
was like, I'm sorry to hear that, but I filed that away, and I never said to you at that time I'm going to do something about it ever.
You didn't.
I just said, cool. I'm sorry to hear that. But then when I got home, that really landed with me. I called a friend inside of the organization. I said, you have this reservoir of knowledge and passion towards this business, and you're missing out. You need Delilah in your life. And the person I spoke with was like, you're right, I do. How do I get a hold of her? How do we right this wrong? And it wasn't really a wrong. It was just a communication thing, right?
Yeah.
So you communicated something to me. I listened. I called the other party. They listened. They said, oh my goodness, that's not the case. And here you are now,
And
a paid member of the NBA. You're involved. You're getting around. They're seeing. They're noticing you. And that's kind of at the root of these relationships that I'm trying to build, right? And whatever I can do for people in my orbit, I'll do. And it just means I get to see more of you. How could I not want that? Who wouldn't want more of you in their life?
And I appreciate that so much. And you're right. Maybe I should have had, been more vocal, Greg, about really participating. But I knew the voices that were listened to in the past, and I did not feel comfortable enough to open my mouth. It's God honest truth. But
Well,
it took
there's a
you.
lot of people out there that are trying to bring people up. It's ironically you mentioned Patty Arviello when we talked at that time, the
Yeah.
co-founder of New American. You didn't say anything disparaging about her.
No.
You just said, I respect Patty, but I'm not Patty, and
No.
that's who they want on those stages, right?
Yep.
Uh, so, but ironically, Patty at the gathering when being interviewed by our own Latasha Wadi, who's now our president at NFM, she talked about reaching down and pulling people up, right? And I think at this point in my career, in my mid 50s, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have a conversation with Delilah, and in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, what can I do for her? And I'm not alone. I'm not the only one. There are
No, you're not.
hundreds and hundreds of men, women that are all doing the same thing. I know we have our challenges in this business and not everybody gets along, but to me, I show up at these events. I feel like relationship wise, this industry is in the best place I've ever seen it. And I've been in the business for 29 years. I think there's more collaboration. I think there's less fear that if I am friends with someone from another lender or someone that does the same thing that
Mhm.
I do, that I'm going to somehow be weak if I develop a relationship with them. So I'm loving the business right now and loving developing a closer relationship with you. You give amazing hugs and you have the best smile in the world. What is that behind you, by the way? Is that a stuffed animal? Is that a duck? What is that?
It's a taco.
Oh,
It's a
I'm sorry, I couldn't see it all. I just thought,
it's a stuffed taco, and then my Wrigley Field poster, and then my boys. Mm-hmm.
who's
Yeah.
who's who's number one is that behind you?
That used to be D Rose. That's
Okay.
an old one. But that one reminds me, I keep it up there because it reminds me of, just because you have all this fame and all this attention, you never know what can happen with your career. So
That's true.
be prepared. Be
What other
prepared.
ground do we have to cover? Are you going to get me to that milestone that I'm right on the doorstep of, or what?
Who knows? Who knows, Greg? But I do appreciate um, our conversations when we have one-on-one conversations. Yo, they are they're solid and they're real, and I will give you that. The Sometimes you say things, and I'm like, Lord have mercy, but there is some truth behind it, and you have a lot of courage to say some of the things that you say. So hey, you keep up the good work. I appreciate our friendship. I look forward to seeing you soon. I know I will see you soon. And if you don't know Greg, you need to connect with him because he told me that he has 39,887 connections on LinkedIn. He's trying to get to 40,000. So can you help Greg out?
I'm on the doorstep. I'm desperate, folks. Please connect with me. Even if you can't stand me, even if you're one of those people that think I'm bad, not that bad, but if you think I'm a step below not that bad, I'm actually bad. Even so, please have mercy. Connect with me.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you for being a guest where we highlight and spotlight bad, fancy people like Greg. Thank you for being a guest, hon. Appreciate
Love
it.
you.